Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Movie Critic Rob here with the Movie Channel, and I thought because last video I did, which was a review of Finding Dory, which you can check out below, I thought that I would give you a tour around the new room that I've been filming in. This is my permanent room, and there's a lot of cool stuff in here, and I do want to take some time and talk about it because, like I said, a bunch of cool stuff in here. So the first thing I want you to see, I know it's not how I usually film. If you want to know how I usually film, I'm going to do it right now for you. What I do is I have a big bookshelf, and we're going to talk about the bookshelf here in a minute. I usually do this to film. That's what you have been seeing for the past 4 or 5 videos. And I just put my camera right here. It's actually my laptop that I use to film the videos. They have a good webcam, and it just uploads directly to Google Hangouts, which uploads it to YouTube. And easiest way to do the videos, and I like it. It's actually really good, and I like the quality of the videos. It's not the best, but I like it. So anyway, with that said, let's talk about The Office. And I'm going to be panning the camera around and giving you a little bit of perspective. But we're going to start with this guy right here, which I have talked about before. This is my one and only Funko Pop. I don't really collect Funko Pops, but my roommate from college, at our graduation, his girlfriend, now fiance, graduated the same time I did. He wanted to give me a graduation present and a best man present because I'm his best man at his wedding. I will be. Booyah. And he knows me so well that he got me a Deadpool Funko Pop, my very first and probably my only. I am looking to get the Spider-Man one from Civil War, but I haven't found it yet. So for now, this will be my only Funko Pop. Now, as you see behind me, there are a ton of books, and you're probably going to ask yourself, well, what are these books about? Well, those of you that don't know, I graduated with a degree in Christian ministries, and I am going to be a pastor, Lord willing. And these are all theological books that I have been blessed with. There was a pastor friend of mine that he is not pastoring anymore, and he wanted to give the books away to somebody that would be able to use them. And here I was. So he gave me an astonishing, I think it's 14 boxes full of books. I sorted them all. I put them in categories, and there they are. With that said, turn our attention here to the next little item, which is Charlie Brown. I'm trying to look it because he does something. All right. This is my Charlie Brown, still has his tag on it, mint condition. Got it at a Walmart. He was, I think, $4 because the Christmas or the holiday sale, because it was all the Christmas and Thanksgiving stuff, was on sale. And I just happened upon him, and because of all the craze of the Peanuts movie, I love Peanuts. I've watched the Christmas special for a long, long time. Before the Peanuts movie ever came out, and I was like, I need to have this guy. He's awesome. So I wanted to buy him, and so I did. Alrighty, next on the agenda. I don't know if you're going to recognize this one. If you are a fan of 90s films, I think you will. This is Turk from Tarzan. I actually got this guy, if I'm not mistaken, at Disney's Animal Kingdom, and he's been with me ever since. She actually has been with me ever since. I like it, and nice little plush toy that I keep. It's actually down here, that's why you never see him. But I may just be putting him somewhere else so you guys can see him more often. But that'll be for later. I had to go off screen to show you my next items, I guess. But you know me well, you know I'm a fan of dinosaurs. I'm going to be talking about some books that are here that are film related. But when Jurassic World came out, they came out with this, I think it was like $120 special edition with maquettes. And if you know me well, you know that I had to have them. So here they are. Indominus Rex. The detail on these are fantastic. Great buy. come with a base, and of course, nothing Jurassic Park related is complete without the Queen herself, Rexy. And so here she is. I love the detail because you can see that there's scratches here from the movie itself. So there's that really detailed figurines here. But let me put these back. Alrighty. So let's turn around, shall we? I know this is kind of inverted, but it says Roberto Castagno, director. Now, my love of films ignited when I was in middle school, and with that said, it's a childhood toy. I have a lot of kids that run through this house that yeah, my grandma takes care of, little cousins. Anyway, so this thing was made for me when I was back in my director days in middle school. I started making films when I was in middle school, which my review and even put up for you guys as a cut all together, because it was 3 films. We made a trilogy, but I think they were about 40 minutes a piece. So I want to cut them together and so you guys can see them, because it really flows well. Though when I wrote all 3 films, I wrote them to be right behind the other. So if I cut them together, they would feel like they're one cohesive whole. But this chair was made for that. Alrighty, so since I'm in this position, I'm going to show you some books that I own that are film related. This book is part of the new series. If you know Lemony Snicket at all, you know he has a series of unfortunate events, which was made into a movie, one of my favorite movies, and he is now publishing these books, which are kind of a prequel to the series of unfortunate events. And I found one that this cost me $2, which was great because they are really like $14 a pop. So I was like, I need to get this. I haven't bought the rest of the series, but I will at some point. Now, the next book that I own is Chris Stuckman's The Film Buff's Bucket List. It has a ton of movies that he's reviewed. This page is The Bourne Ultimatum. It's funny because I'm going to show you something from The Bourne Ultimatum later. But I got this book when he announced it, and I have not really read it all the way through, but I am looking forward to reading it when I have a little bit more time. But definitely a good buy. Go out and get it. I flipped through the book, and I like what I've seen. He's a great critic, and I'm glad to add this to my collection. Next up on the book list, I have a ton of books to show you, is Holes. Now, if you remember the movie Holes with none only then Shia LaBeouf back when he didn't go off his rocker, this is one of his books. It was written by Louis Sachar, I think that's how you say his name, who also wrote the screenplay for the movie. And I got this book, I think it was right around when the movie came out. I've read the book a couple of times. Really love this book. I'm also a comic book fan. I'm a comic book nerd, comic book movie nerd, and found this at a comic book store. It's one of my only comics that I personally own. This is Death in the Family. Yes, Death in the Family. When Robin gets beaten to a pulp by Joker. And I got this for a specific reason because I heard that they might reference, they did reference that he died and that Joker killed him. But I'm hoping that they take a cue from this, especially because it's the same Robin, if I'm right. I can't remember off the top of my head. So it's been a while since I read this, and it's been a while since I looked that up. So Lord of the Rings, and I'm going to do this a little quicker. Lord of the Rings book and Kingdom of Heaven book. Both great to listen to trilogy. This one's for the Two Towers only. It's a movie illustrated story photo guide. And this one is a like how they made the movie. I love this. Is probably tied with Gladiator as my favorite. And I like Alien. Don't get me wrong. I love Alien. But this movie, I love the Crusades. Like, I really love the Crusades. So, because of that, this movie will always be near and dear to my heart. Love this movie, and I could not pass up on the opportunity to get the book, especially because this book was free. Now, as I said, love the Crusades, and I bought what I consider to be the definitive volume for anybody that has a interest in the Crusades, written by Thomas Asbridge, known as the Crusades, subtitled as The Authoritative History of the War for the Holy Land. I was doing some research for a paper I had to do on the Crusades, and I did not get this book then, but I looked it up, and I was able to. I went to a Books a Million and read this book as I was writing the paper. Loved the book so much. I found it a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, it's time to buy it. I need to get it because I want to actually read all the way through. It's a long book, but I think I'm going to read it. I like the Crusades, so it shouldn't be too hard. No segue whatsoever. All 7 books of the Chronicles of Narnia found right here. This giant volume from The Magician's Nephew all the way to The Last Battle. I've read all 7 books probably 3 times now, but this cost me about $2. Yeah, so I needed to pick it up. Going on with the Narnia theme, this is from the second movie of the Chronicles of Narnia, Prince Caspian. It's a whole book about how they made the movie. I love these kind of books. I have a ton of books, some of which I'm about to show you now, but really in detail, a lot of cast interviews that they do in this book to give you an idea of what it was like when they were making the film. Excellent, excellent book. Love it. I actually read it for the first time at a library in Jacksonville, and like with that other book, needed to pick it up, and did. Don't know how I got this book, though. I can't remember how I got this book. I think somebody gave it to me as a gift. Not sure. Anyway, moving on. Give you a little break from the books. Well, after this. I love fish. I love fish keeping. I mentioned that in the Dory review. That I actually have aquariums. I have one in the living room, and I have one right here, which I'm about to show you. But this is growing up when I started fish keeping. This was a book that I went to a lot. And if you are a fish keeper like myself and you need a book that has everything, this has everything. It's an easy read, and the detail in this book is absolutely amazing. So now I'm going to give you a break from the book list, and I'm going to turn the camera. That is my aquarium. I'm going to move closer. Let's do this. This is my aquarium. See some of the residents back there. These guys were born here, believe it or not. They had parents here. The parents, unfortunately, didn't make it because I was going through cycling the tank because of a lot of diseases. But I was able to save all 32 babies. And they are growing. They were really little. And if you are here with me, and if you were to look in this tank, they're actually pretty sizable. They haven't gotten full size yet. They're kind of in adolescence, but pretty good size. And I like them. There's a lot of different color variations. They're all hiding. They're scared of the camera. Back. We're going back to the table. Now, as I just said, I love movie making, as you are well aware, and I love books that talk about movie making. So the next 3 books, actually, I'm going to show you are about movie making, and not just about movie making, but about dinosaur movies, because I love dinosaur movies. The making of the Great Jurassic Park. This book is awesome. Gives you a look at this. Look at this. I don't know how in the world. Here, let me see. There. I don't know how these made it on here. They're like scratches. No idea. And this one, which is the complete dinosaur scrapbook for the Lost World Jurassic Park. Both of these talk about the movie and the movie making process. This one is really beaten up for some reason. I think I took this book everywhere when I had it, because it's really beaten up, but the pages are coming off. So handle with care. And the last dinosaur-related movie book, my favorite movie of all time, Disney's Dinosaur. This book, I got it. It was, I don't know how much was it when I got it. I don't know. I think it was like $30. My mom bought this for me at a Barnes & Noble. Barnes Noble. When I was really little, really good book. Covers everything about the making of the film and has some tremendous artwork. Look at this. Look at that. That is just good stuff. I love this book. I got this book recently. The Chuck Norris. It says Chuck Norris cannot be stopped. 400 all new facts about the man who knows neither fear nor mercy. The man, the legend, Chuck Norris. I also love music, and I think we all can agree that Prince of Egypt has one of the best soundtracks, period. Soundtrack and score, tremendous. But they also came out with these spin-offs. This is my favorite of the spin-offs. They have an inspirational, and they had a Nashville. This album has a ton of great songs. They were not featured in the movie, but they were inspired by the movie. If you don't have it, get it. It has stuff by Randy Travis, by Faith Hill, Stephen Curtis Chapman. They have a Reba. Reba did one in here. Yep. Toby Keith, Charlie Daniels. Good stuff. This I got recently. This is the Dark Knight Returns. Batman, The Dark Knight Returns, Frank Miller comic. This is the 30th anniversary edition, and it's not only a comic. Oops. It is also the movie in both Blu-ray and DVD, and it comes with a extra disc, which I just dropped, which is all the special features. Great purchase. I think it was free because I returned a shirt that didn't fit me right, and they gave me store credit, and I saw this and I had to have it. This next one is heavy. My friend informed me that his aunt had this, and it comes with all of the Blu-rays. It's 50 films, WB's best 50 film collection. But he wanted to keep some. He actually kept all the digital downloads and some of the DVD or some of the Blu-rays, and he let me have as many Blu-rays as I wanted. They're all right there. I took them out of this box because the box is kind of falling apart, but I kept the box because it's a nice box. And it's got a lot of stuff inside. Like every page talks about each movie that's represented. Really awesome. Let me go back to the dinosaur theme here for a minute. I told you that I have The Lost World by Michael Crichton and Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton. I've read this once. I don't think I finished it. I'm not sure. But I did read most of it. I love book. Really slow burn kind of book, but it's really good. I haven't read this one yet. I need to at some point. Didn't come with a sleeve when I bought it, but I know what it is because it says it right here. So. You remember about, I think it was 2004, there was a movie called Secret Window with Johnny Depp. This is not, don't worry, this is not all the same story. This is a collection of four or five different stories. I'm going to look it up now. Four different stories, including Secret Window, Secret Garden, which was the inspiration, or really the story from which Secret Window with Johnny Depp was adapted. And it was directed, the movie was directed by none other than David Koepp, who also wrote the Jurassic Park films. So, fun little factoid. I may not be able to pick up these three, and these are the last. Oh, no. I'm going to show you this first. This is Carrie. I actually liked the movie with Chloe Grace Moretz, partially because I like Chloe Grace Moretz a lot. But I really like the remake. I haven't seen the Sissy Spacek one. I'm guessing that's better because everybody tells me it's better. But I did get the book, and I read the book. I like the book. Really good book. You should get it. It's classic. Stephen King. Most of Steven Spielberg. Bourne Identity, or Bourne Supremacy, number 2. Bourne Ultimatum, and Bourne Identity. All three of the books. These were given to me by my uncle, who had them in his library. Didn't really want them. He knew what the movies were, and he'd read them before, but he didn't want to keep them, so he gave them to me. I now have all 3 books of the Bourne series. Shit, what else I can show y'all? Oh, want to take a field trip? I think it's time for a field trip. There's the fish tank you already saw. Here's my flat screen TV. All right, I'm gonna show you these little cans. These little cans I got as part of a promotion. I'm gonna show y'all if I can face them all the same way. This is Black Widow. This is Falcon. This is the Captain. And that is the Hulk. These cans were part of a promotion during the Super Bowl that I signed up for, and they said they were going to send me these little cans. I haven't opened them. I will not open them. They're in mint condition. They're more for collecting than anything else for me. But I wanted them, and it was funny because I really forgot that I did it, and then one day a package came for me, and I'm like, what is this? I opened them, and they were all cans, and really awesome surprise. I have a turntable. I love vinyls. I have the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack on vinyl. I have the Jurassic World album on vinyl, as well as CD over there. But I really like retro stuff, so I got into this. This actually had a needle broken. My mom's had this since forever. But the needle's broken, fixed the needle, and now it plays excellently. I love the sound that I get from these things. We're gonna go back. Wahoo! But that's pretty much it. You know what? 360 view. Here's my bookshelf. Here's my CDs over there. A ton of CDs. I have CDs from soundtracks, Christian artists, a bunch of stuff. Up there, some pictures that I took with my favorite band of all time, Third Day. Awesome stuff. I have some action figures over there. Bunch of action figures. And that's really it. There's not much else to show. I'm pretty simple. But I wanted to give you all a tour. I am wearing my Iron Man shirt, by the way. I wanted to give you all a tour and just show you where I film my videos now. So I guess I'm going to end this like I do all my other videos and say this has been Movie Critic Rob with the Movie Channel. Like, share, and subscribe because I'm signing off. See you all later.